The nation of France has brought me some of the happiest memories of my life.
We fear France. Do France fear England?
No, we respect England. So when we play against England, we believe we can beat them.
It feels like there's this constant conveyor belt of incredible talent. They're my favourites to win it, 100%.
What is the feeling in France towards the French national team?
We are very confident, not too much, because we have learned in the past, that being a lot confident can be arrogant.
Both of our countries get accused of being arrogant.
So there is a very thin line between arrogance and confidence. The big difference between England and France is we know how to win trophy. I think the identity of the clubs are sometimes more important than the national team.
And what about Mbappe? Do you think he would ever potentially be regarded ahead of Zidane as France's greatest ever player?
No. Zizou is very, very, very loved by French people. It's not quite the same with Kylian Mbappe. And Zizou is very humble. Zizou never talks. He's a very shy guy, He's the completely opposite of Kylian Mbappe, who's people think that he's very arrogant.
Hello, I'm Matt Forde from talkSPORT. This is How to Win the World Cup. I'm on an eternal quest until the summer to find out precisely what it takes to win the greatest prize on earth. More mythologized than Atlantis. The Lost City, not the 90s fragrance from Blinks. More essential than the love of your mother. More vital than food and shelter. The World Cup casts a spell on us all, hypnotising us into a trance of pure football. Harry Kane, if you're listening, tell the squad to subscribe and leave a 5-star written review, because this is your ultimate guide to winning the World Cup. And today, we're talking about one of the tournament favourites, France.
Kylian Mbappe from distance, it's 4, and France are going to win the World Cup. Back to Elise to Cole. It just gets better and better and better. Michael Elise, wonderful left foot.
Once again, I'm joined by a man who's lifted the World Cup for France, the philosopher of football, the guru of goals, the shaman of soccer. It's Emmanuel Petit. Alongside him is the accessible toilet of tackling, the radar key of Rabonas, Alex Brooker.
I live for these intros.
They're getting more convoluted, more offensive. We often wear vintage shirts on the show.
Yeah.
I always go England. You go different. You've gone for the USA 94 USA shirt.
Yeah, the little denim day, the little re-release. It's nice, isn't it? I quite like it.
Why haven't they got the USA logo on it?
I don't know. They come back out. You couldn't get hold of the old ones for Love Nor Money, and they did a reissue. I was like, here, I'll get straight on that. And Adidas just decided not to stick the logo on it. Maybe they're trying to make it more, I don't know, more appealing. But I got it anyway, so. So
I love it. It's really cool.
It.
Do you know
I
what
loved it at the time as well.
Yes, Alexi Lalas.
Yeah, exactly.
And this is the shirt England would have worn had we qualified for the 1994
It's
World
an
Cup.
incredible shirt.
It's
The
huge.
size of the badge as well.
Look at that.
I don't think you've just got a big one. I just remember that badge is massive.
The badge is massive, and there's an extra little badge there for no reason, really.
Getting
And
a badge in right on the neck and all.
It's got its own little collar around the badge.
Yeah.
God, I love it. I love big, baggy 90s stuff. You know what I do sometimes is, when they do like the reissue shirts,
Yeah.
but they don't have the manufacturer on, they never look quite right.
No.
So I will buy a manufacturer's logo off eBay and then iron it on.
Oh.
So that is a possibility for that shirt if you want to do that. You could find the US logo from 94,
Yeah.
maybe as an iron-on patch. Maybe you're not that bothered.
I'm not that bothered.
Okay, fair dues. Let's talk France. Have you ever been?
Yeah, I went to France 98. Remember I said I won the tickets?
Of course.
From McDonald's. Been to France a load of times.
So France 98.
School trips to Calais. Obviously, I grew up in Kent, so it was like, yeah.
Closer than most parts of England. You're basically French.
Yeah. Been to Nice. Been a few.
What did you do in
Paris
Nice?
A few times. We went basically. We did a little road trip, me and my pal. So we went all the way. We went over to Switzerland. Then we went down to Italy. Went across to Croatia. Drove all the way back across to Italy, and then ended up in Nice.
I don't want to sound disrespectful. I was sort of surprised that's the sort of holiday that you'd be up for.
No, it was good fun. It was something very different. My mate put it together.
I imagine you
Renault
whining like,
Clio.
I'm not driving around Europe.
No, they wouldn't let me drive. I was just in the back. They were flogging,
Moaning.
They were flogging Moody sunglasses at festivals.
Were they really?
Yeah.
I I just imagine that was like your idea of hell.
Stuck in the back of this Clio, just boxes of sunglasses.
So you went to Nice.
But my mates went on afterwards. They went on to Spain afterwards to this festival somewhere to sell these sunglasses, and I went back up to Leeds. So yeah.
Was it profitable?
I think, well, they stayed travelling for years afterwards. No, neither of them. Actually, one of them's come back to the UK now.
What about Euro Disney? You been there?
Yeah.
It's great, isn't it?
Been a load of times.
What's your favourite part of Euro Disney?
I loved the Thunder Mountain.
Yes.
Love that
Thunder
ride.
Mountain Railroad.
Yep, love that ride.
Good old-fashioned, good honest roller coaster, that.
Yeah, it
no
is,
psychological mind games. There's no psyops
it's
involved.
Not like,
Saw
like
at
Space
Thorpe Park.
Mountain or something
God,
like
that's
that.
too much.
Yeah.
See what I liked? Ratatouille.
Yeah, I like Ratatouille.
And Peter Pan.
Yes, Peter Pan. Oh, I don't know.
It's going over London.
It's a small world. It'll get in your head, but it's a bit of fun, isn't it? Kids love it.
So you're quite a francophile, would you say?
Yeah, a little bit. Like I've been over. I did French at A level,
Please.
and then I dropped out, mate.
Yeah.
Did about a week of it.
But you must remember. What's the best French thing you can say?
Où est la piscine? Where's
Où
the
est le
swimming
piscine?
pool?
Je voudrais un boisson, oui, une lager. A lot of it is just how you say doing that, isn't it?
Yeah,
It makes your French sound way better. J'habite à Londres, dans l'Angleterre, oui.
I hope Emmanuel's not listening to you doing this.
Oh, God, he
accent,
is.
man. Oh God. I mean, we want Emmanuel to join us here. So
He's going to in a bit. Well, should he wish. How you say?
why are you doing the hands as well?
Because then you're embodying the nationality, aren't you? It's better.
I don't know.
I think with white
doesn't quite
European,
sit right with
you
me.
can do it. Yeah, let's not go any further east, otherwise my career is over. So Arsenal had a proud French connection.
Yeah.
So with France, would you go? The height of it when it's Henri and Petit.
The nation of France has brought me some of the happiest memories of my life. Arsene Wenger, Petit, Vieira, Henri, so many great players. Pires, like we've had France. I love Gal Clichy as well. We've had so many. Koscielny was another great player that we had. I love Koscielny. Love Bakary Sagna. We've been fortunate. Giroud, one of the greatest beards
Samir Nasri
that I've ever seen. Samir Nasri, he was for a little bit, not so much in the end. It ended a bit sour. But I remember how exciting it was. When Wenger arrived at Arsenal. Like it was, there weren't a lot of foreign players as then in the Premier League, let alone managers. So it was something really exciting. And look, everyone knows the stories that nobody really knew who Arsene was, but straight away it was just we played football in such a different way, especially to what Arsenal fans were used to at the time. What I love most about it is we still had that kind of that back four, back five. We still had that steel that had brought success to the club before, but it just brought a bit more flair to it as well. Also players like Bergkamp, you just Overmars. It was so exciting. I felt. And
but did it give you like a love of France? Like in tournaments, did you feel more predisposed to France?
France '98. I was like, once England went out, I was absolutely all in on France.
Yeah, the tricolour.
I loved them, and obviously I'm not just saying it because he's coming on, but as an Arsenal fan, to watch Vieira and Petit link up for that last goal in the final is incredible. And I remember the Daily Mirror, didn't they? They had the Arsenal win the World Cup because Piers Morgan was editor at the time. But it was genuinely it was exciting.
Now we get excited about England's squad.
Yeah,
Kane, Palmer, Saka, Anderson. But you look at the French squad and their attacking options, and it's formidable.
The French, just the amount of incredibly good players that they have, I think, across the board, I think they've got the strongest squad. When we always talk about England's attacking options, and don't get me wrong, they're good, but compared to France, you've got Dembele, who's won the Ballon d'Or. You've got someone like Cherki, who's playing well at City at the moment. You've got Desiree Doué. It's like they've got so many good players in the squad, and I just feel like you've got Mbappe, but it's like the last one. They've just got great players across that front line,
and they've won stuff.
Yeah,
fairly recently.
Yes,
and we haven't.
No, we haven't. But I mean, I feel. Like I said, also, I think with a lot of the French team, we'll ask Emmanuel, but it feels like their players are also in form as well. We talk our attacking players, apart from Kane.
Kane's in form.
How many of them have torn it up this season? Palmer hasn't really. Saka hasn't. Foden hasn't. So it's like, how many of our great attacking players have really, really torn it up for us this season. Really stood out above all the rest. And I'm not trying to be negative, but it is of those great attacking options that we've got. Morgan Rogers, I'd probably say at Villa, has had a good season.
So
but
we
the
played.
rest of them, like Eze and Madaway, they've had good seasons also. But like what I mean. Like Foden.
Yeah, but sometimes look at Shearer when he goes into Euro '96.
Yeah,
he wasn't in a great run of form at all, and people were saying he shouldn't be playing. And then he has that moment.
None
of us, a great tournament.
None of us will care at all about what the players did during the season. The goals and assists that you always see thrown about with Saka. If he goes and has a great tournament with England, and in general, like he does play very well for England.
Because older generations than ours, because of British history, like have a sort of issue with like the Germans, the French, the Archies, depending on how old they are.
The thing is, though, mate, we've had beef with about half the world at one point or another, so you can't if you take it as that.
But I don't really feel that anymore, do you? I don't feel any sort of like rivalry with France. I look to them as like an amazing place with great food, a great language, great style, great football. Yeah. I like envy France a bit.
I mean, they've just got a great. I certainly envy the quality I think they've got within the squad.
And what about France as a place, and like as their impact on the world? What do you think is like their greatest contribution, food wise? What French food do you like, or wine? Do you like French wine? Bit of French cheese?
Yeah, I love Whispering Angel. Are you allowed to say brands on it? I love a bit of rosé. Yeah. They do, look, mate. Incredible rosé. Look, and I'm partial to a bit. You thought I was going to say like beers, didn't you?
No.
By the way, I've got a mate. We went to
Kronenberg.
We went to PSG away last season in the semi-final, and my mate, the guy was like, we all ordered a load of Kronenberg, and my mate went to the waiter, "Excuse me, mate, have you got any local beers?" He just goes, "We Kronenberg." It's like he thought it was. He didn't think it was from France. He's got English. A flag on the bottle.
Well, you want to try something else. When you go abroad, you want to find something.
I do love the rosés, I must say.
Cheese?
I'm not a big cheese man.
Why not?
I don't know, just like I don't mind it, but I'm not.
You wouldn't have a cheese boiled with a bottle of red?
No, never. I don't really drink red wine either.
Why not?
Just because I'm not that cultured. You
like
just heard me say how much I love rosé.
Yeah, but right in the summer months, a lovely, refreshing glass of lunchtime rosé.
Love it.
It's a pleasant experience. What about steak frite?
Yeah.
Yeah. Snails? Have you ever tried snails?
No, I haven't actually.
They're delicious.
Are they?
They are, oh my God, in like the sort of garlic butter.
Never tried them. And I was in Paris for the Paralympics as well for like a good couple of weeks.
Should have tried them.
A couple of summers
tried them, yeah. And there's Brasserie Zidane in town where you can get them. They're really, really nice. Garlic bread?
Yeah. Love garlic bread.
Garlic's great, isn't it? Garlic and onions, man.
Oh.
The French got it sorted. They know what they're doing. So we played them at the last World Cup.
Yeah.
Against Qatar. Kane scores one penalty, misses the other against one of his best mates. Do you think actually we were good enough to beat France that day, or was that a fair result? I
think it could have gone either way. I actually believe that it could have gone either way. I think if Kane scores a second penalty, who knows? It's just like I said, we talked about luck, about moments that either go for you or not. I mean, admittedly, it wasn't really unlucky. I mean, you just skied it, didn't they? So, but at the same time, I believe sometimes moments have got to go for you. I've always thought this with England. Sometimes we don't capitalise enough when we're on top.
Yes, there were periods
in
that
Euros against Italy is a case in point.
Oh my word!
There's moments where it was almost. Sometimes it's felt like it's like we start to play well and then we go back within ourselves.
Yes,
a little bit.
Do you think that's like an extension of our like psychology?
Yeah,
we're just modest. We believe in queuing, and at some point, even in a football match, we go, "Oh, it's your turn." We'd rather had two matches.
But also, again, you're talking about an unbelievable French team.
Yeah. So, do you think they're one of the favourites to win the World Cup? Then
I think they're my favourites to win it. 100%.
So we would get them. If we win their group, we'd avoid France until the semi-finals.
Yeah.
Would you take now? If someone said, right, lose to France in the semis.
It depends how you lose, though, doesn't it? If we go and get absolutely humped like 4-5-0, it depends how we'd lose the game.
Okay, so what sort of defeat would satisfy
Just
you?
if you put on a good... I always think if we put on a good...
Do yourself proud.
Do yourself proud. Do the country proud. Like if you end up going out, then It is what it is.
Losing on penalties, I guess, is kind of respectful. Sudden death.
Kind of, yeah.
Basically a coin toss at that point.
I mean, if you lose on penalties, you've been 2-0 up with 10 minutes to go. Then it's all
then
just
it's Tuchel out.
Circumstance. Tuchel out. Tommy Tukes.
Okay, well, let's get into it with a man who has actually won the World Cup, and he won it for one of the greatest nations on earth, France. It's our old friend, 1998 World Cup winner, Emmanuel Petit.
Probably puts strong bets on the French national team instead of the English one. Why? Because we have the experience to win a big tournament for the last 20 years now.
The only reason why I'm taking Mbappe over Kane, regardless, is because, and you've heard me, people that listen to this show many a time would have heard me say it, when the lights are shining the brightest, in terms of World Cup football fight, I've seen Mbappe show up. Very rarely does he go under the radar.
He keeps saying that he was born for this. He was born for the big stage, born for the tournament, born to be the leader, born to be the superstar.
Having that first half out of Lisi.
Like, I've never known a footballer to kind of just look like he doesn't want to be there as much as he does.
He's a top player, top talent, top mentality, and yeah, he's got everything it takes to get to the top and to play the highest level of football.
Emmanuel, welcome to, as you say, the podcast. Is it, how you say, en français, oui?
I can't believe you've stuck with this.
You talk like Donald Trump.
It's not true, and I think it's very sad what you're doing, Emmanuel. And if you're not careful, we're going to come for France, and I don't want to do it. I don't want to take it. It's a great country you got there, and you got they got great people. And I think it's very sad what's happened, and if you don't stop being disrespectful, I'll launch a military attack right on France. Right on your house. How did you rate my French?
We don't talk like this.
No.
Yeah, that is a problem. I thought you did.
No.
Oh. What about the sentence construction? You know, je voudrais un boisson. I would like a drink.
Je voudrais une boisson.
Yeah,
It's a lot.
I'd like a drink.
yeah, because this is the thing, is that you try and speak French in France, and then the French people would just speak English to help you out. You guys just know we're not very good at it, or I'm not very good at it.
No, honestly, French language is very important, even for French people.
Okay, that makes me feel better now. Because I tried to make the effort. When we go there, should we make the effort? Or should we just speak English and save everyone the time?
English people don't make effort. You know why? Because English language is around the world. It's the second most famous language in the world, you know? So you don't make any effort.
I know. We're lazy. We're bad people. But I did try. I did GCSE French. I remembered a little bit of it.
Yeah, I did GCSE French.
It's just such a cool language. It is the coolest language on the earth, isn't it?
No, it's Italian.
Do you think?
Yes.
Why? Okay, why
Italian
Italian?
is very romantic.
Yeah, French is, come on, French is the most romantic. Can you speak Italian?
Un poquito.
Oh my God, how many languages can you speak?
Parla italiano?
And you can do the accent as well.
See,
Yeah, I speak a few words, but you know, Italian and French are very close, you know?
Yeah.
So I used to live for 14 years in Monaco, and most of the people speak Italian over there. So I can understand a conversation.
So what is the feeling in France towards the French national team?
We are very confident, not too much, because we have learned in the past, you know, that being a lot confident can be arrogant. But because we won many trophies now, we know how to win and we know how to lose. But if you look at the team, individuals and collectively, we have many, many great players, and especially up front.
On arrogance, both of our countries get accused of being arrogant. The English get accused of it and the French get accused of it. Is that unfair, do you think? I don't find the French more arrogant than, say, the Germans or the Swiss.
It's a kind of excuse, you know, from outside, you know. Foreign people used to call us arrogant. We are proud of who we are and our history. And when you talk about football, we are probably one of the best teams in the world. The last 20 years now, 25 years now. And we've proved it. by winning so many trophies. But when you look at the best players every single season, we have so many French players, among them. So there is a very thin line between arrogance and confidence.
Emmanuel, it feels with France that they just consistently over time, just as a country, you just churn out great players. There's, a lot of countries talk about our golden generation. We talk about ours from like the early 2000s and stuff like that. But actually with France, like even now, like players like Michael Olise, who's playing out his skin at Bayern. You had Dembele win the Ballon d'Or last year, and then before that, you had Mbappe, it feels like there's this constant conveyor belt of incredible talent.
Yes, because our clubs are working very good. The academy for the last 40 years now. And the big difference between France and England, the young players have a chance to play for the first team when they come into professional side. In England, it's quite more difficult because with the money they have, English club always buy, foreign prospects, and they don't give, much time, for the English players to develop.
So actually, you're better at getting younger players into the first team faster.
Yes, I think the structure, in France are very good. From the amateur side until the professional side, we have developed, a strong structure, through the professional clubs, or the academy we have created. I come from the Academy of Monaco, and when you look at the 1998 World Cup winners, we are 4 from the Academy of Monaco. So it's a proof that every single clubs in France are working very well. The academy is something very good, and so many countries have come, in the past for the last 20 years and tried to copy what we are trying to, what we're doing, for the last 40 years. And this is something that's working very well now.
And do you think being cool helps you in a footballing sense? Is your football like a representation of your national identity?
Kind of. French sport people, famous French sport people, we've been always pointed, on the wrong way. Most of the people, 20 years, 25 years ago, they used to call us romantic in sport because they always said that we had talents to win something, but we didn't have the mental to do it. And we were not the first team to win a World Cup, in football. I think handball national team has been very successful before us, and they show us the way how to win a big trophy, And after that, it was almost 30 years ago. And after that, the World Cup trophy came in every single competition and sports and discipline. And now we have so many World Cup winners, European winners, Olympic winners in so many different sports disciplines. So this is something that changed our mentality and how people see us, from outside. And the way that we live in France, we have. This is what I'm very patriotic. I really love my country. It was for me such an honor to represent my country on the highest level and to win big trophy like this, especially the first one at home in front of our citizens and families. But in the meantime, I'm very proud of the way we have the history in different aspects. Sport is one of them, but we have a huge history here in France, and we are very proud of it.
In the last 28 years, you've won it twice and got to a final and lost. So what is the French public's expectation? Is it if you don't win it, the whole thing's a failure?
No. It depends how you lose it. It depends how you win it, because the French public are very happy if you win something, but they want to win it in a certain way, the way we did it in 1998 or 2018, they are very happy because we deserve to win it.
I mean, looking at France, it doesn't feel like there's any particular weaknesses in their squad or in their team. is the view from France the same, or is there kind of areas where where that people are slightly more worried about?
I think we have our weakness actually are probably the right back and the left back. But the rest of the position in the team, we are very good with many options.
What about Didier Deschamps? It's his final tournament in charge of France. What's the feeling towards him? Because it feels like he should be already sort of elevated as a national hero. But is that how people feel about him?
Easy. I mean, this guy has done so much, for French football as a player, but as well as a manager. So I wish good luck for the next manager. People are always talking about Zinedine Zidane taking charge after Deschamps will leave the team after the World Cup. But can you imagine if he wins again the World Cup with the national team? That will be 2 World Cup trophy as a manager and 2 European Cup final lost against Portugal in 2016. So good luck if it's Zizou who takes over, the national team, because the legacy will be huge.
And just in terms of things that France is known for, we talked about the cuisine and the language, the style. Going on strike a lot. I mean, is that? Do you have family and friends that are always out on strike? Is that still the case?
The tradition.
Yeah, it's just part of the French. You just go on strike a lot, but it happens occasionally here.
I live not far from the central of Paris, not far from the Place de la Bastille.
Yeah,
and I don't know, but it's been quiet, for the last couple of weeks. But months ago, we had so many riots, fights between people and police. It was very tense and very difficult, for the citizen of Paris, And actually, with what's happening, in the world, it has an impact, on the prices. And people are starting to getting very, very angry. So I won't be surprised if within the next couple of days or weeks we have a big fight here in Paris.
Well, I hope not. You do seem to just be in general more rebellious than the Brits. What is that? Should we be more angry? Should we be rebelling and rioting more often? Have we got it wrong?
Since the French Revolution in 1789, we cut, how you say that, in English?
Decapitate.
Yeah, we decapitate the king's head and the royalty. So, we have a strong link, with who are in charge in France. That's why they can't do whatever they want. Otherwise, people will go in the street and they will destroy everything.
You ever been out on strike, Alex?
No. From our line of work.
Well, you were a journo for a bit.
I was thinking of going on strike if you'd have carried on doing that French accent all episode.
When you were a journalist, you might have been part of some militant union.
I've never really been part of like a union or anything. I've kind of worked in Tesco's.
Yeah, could have gone on strike.
Tesco. No, I had a great time. Loved it. Sat down the whole day. Loved that job. And then became a journalist and went onto the telly. So I kind of been very lucky with my jobs.
All your jobs just involve sitting down.
Yeah.
From the Tesco till to the last leg couch. Yeah, you're really good at it.
Yeah. Can't go on strike in our line of work.
Do you fancy it though? Do you have a sort of rebellious streak? I think you'd be a good trade union boss.
My mate always says I look like, who's the geese? Is it Bob Crow?
Oh yeah, you did look at but with hair.
Yeah. You used to say that back in the day.
No, the old RMT General Secretary.
Yeah, that was a geezer.
For fans of trade unions. No, I don't think I've never been on strike either. Let's talk about some of the individuals then, Emmanuel. Obviously, Dembele is currently the Ballon d'Or holder. You mentioned Elise earlier, Alex, ripping it up for Bayern Munich. Elise could be eligible to play for England. He was born in Hammersmith. And we let him slip through our fingers.
He's very good. He's, after, the game against Madrid recently in the Champions League, and especially what he's doing from the start of the season, people here in France are saying that he's a really, really strong contender for the Ballon d'Or.
And what about Mbappe? He's on the cusp of 100 caps and he's only 27. A just astonishing level of achievement. And he doesn't look 27. He's like a fully formed, fully grown adult, even when he was a teenager. Do you think he would ever potentially be regarded ahead of Zidane as France's greatest ever player?
No. No, the reason is very simple. Actually, he hasn't won the European tournament. Zizou has won many Ballon d'Ors, has won many trophies, Champions League as well. But if you speak only about the national team, Zizou has done better than Kylian Mbappe. And even if Kylian Mbappe do exactly the same that Zizou, in terms of charisma and how people see you, I think Zizou is very, very, very loved by French people. It's not quite the same with Kylian Mbappe.
So it would probably be Zinedine Zidane, Basil Bowley, Kylian Mbappe.
No, it will be probably Zizou on the same line that Platini. And Kylian Mbappe will be probably not far from them, but definitely for those people who love football, we all say the same. Kylian Mbappe is one of the greatest players in the French history, and probably one of the best players actually in modern football. But in terms of image, it's not quite the same. Zizou, as I said, people loved Zizou so much, you have no idea.
But when you mean that, is it just about the way he played football or his personality?
His personality, I think his image. The way he always think about himself on the pitch all the time, always focus on his own stats, individual things. Zizou was never like that. And Zizou is very humble. Zizou never talks. He's a very shy guy, you know. He's the completely opposite of Kylian Mbappe, who's people think that he's very arrogant. He's always talking about himself. I, never we. So people are quite tired of it. And the fact that when he left Paris Saint-Germain last season is exactly the same season when Paris Saint-Germain won the Champions League without him. And since he came to Madrid, he hasn't won anything yet, you know, with Real Madrid. So people are starting to say that he is the problem. I don't think he is the problem. I think he's a really, really good player. But in terms of communication, in terms of image, I think he must be a little bit more humble sometimes.
Do you agree, Alex? You don't like players who are too cocky and selfish?
No, I think that's fair to say. Also, do you remember all the stuff with PSG when it was like the announcement and stuff like that? I always think it's just a bit much, isn't it? It's like, either you're going to stay or you're going to go, and it was all of that kind of stuff. It kind of rumbled on, didn't it, for a couple of seasons? And Manuel's completely right. PSG were incredible last season, and Mbappe had left, and I think everyone thought as soon as Mbappe left that the team wouldn't be as good, and it actually proved completely wrong. Like Kvaratskhelia is one of the signings of the last few years. For the money they paid for him is outrageous, and you watch what he contributes to that team as well, and just as a unit.
And we've learnt this. You know, the idea that you have sort of one single talisman through which everything has to go and everything rests. It is a team sport for a reason. Is even a great individual still has to have the rest of the team functioning to a high level in order for the whole team to achieve success. You can't just always say, well, we've got Michael Owen or Beckham or Gaza or whoever, and in the French case, Mbappe. Like, everyone else plays a part too. And I think if you lose sight of that as a player, I mean, surely you're just going to annoy your other teammates, aren't you? I mean, how do his colleagues feel about him, Emmanuel?
About what?
About Mbappe. Do they like playing with him, or do they get?
Of course.
Does he put noses out?
He's the kind of player that can win games for you, you know. And I did it, you know. Remember, in 2018, he was a great player, one of the best player, you know, that was leading the national team to the World Cup trophy, and. Again, in 2022, when they played the final against Argentina, he scored 3 goals. Don't forget that. So he was almost about to win the game by himself. This guy has such talent, you know. He's an incredible player, and I'm pretty sure that if he doesn't win anything with Real Madrid this season, he will try anything, you know, to be the best player during the World Cup and win the trophy because of the Ballon d'Or, you know.
We were reminiscing about Qatar 2022 and England-France, Kane missing that second penalty, and perhaps my recollection that France were the better team and that was the fair result. But what are your memories of it? Do you think that was a game England could have won?
Yes, I think England was a better team, you know, on the pitch. I think they should have deserved to win that game and go the next round. But the big difference between England and France is not the quality of the player, because I think England have such great players. They are not some of them are not in a good form actually, but you know, it's a long way to go to the World Cup. It can change very easily. I think mentally as well, it can change very easily. The big difference is we know how to win trophy. And England, the last time they won was in 1966. So it's been such a huge time, you know, and this generation has been following those generation of golden age. Remember, you know, I remember probably some of the greatest generation of English history with Scholes, Lampard, Steven Gerrard, John Terry, so many great players. And still, nothing won.
So how haven't we learned? How have we not figured it out? When we've seen you do it, we've seen Brazil do it.
I think you have somewhere, somehow, the same trouble that Spain has faced, you know, 20 years ago. I think the identity of the clubs are sometimes more important than the national team. And I think the ego of players, when they come into the national team, sometimes they want to be the star. They don't want to be among the same team, you know, on the same line. This is my opinion. Maybe you would tell me something different. Maybe you will disagree with what I'm saying. But as far as I know, it's not the concern of the quality of the players. It's not the quality of the team. People have been very harsh, you know, on Southgate, you know, the way he was managing, you know, the players during the last tournament. But I think the players, they have to look at himself in the mirror. Do I put myself in front of the team, my ego in front of the team? You have to do everything you can to mix all the talents and the quality to win something. So you have to be intelligent, you have to be humble. And sometimes the character and the personality of some players are fighting into the team.
Isn't that part of our problem? I think he's hit the nail on the head there, that so many, and this would go for fans as well, would say club over country.
Yeah. I think a lot of them would, wouldn't they?
Would you?
Talked about that before.
I know. I get every time I wrestle with it.
Yeah, we talked about it before, and
we're both patriotic men.
I'm patriotic, but at the same time, you know, obviously, England will play in the tournament every couple of years, whereas your club is there all the time, and I feel like we veer towards it. But I think that's right. I think there is a little bit of maybe a bit of a mental block with some of the players and getting over the line, because also every time we don't, the pressure ramps up a little bit more.
But also that point that Emmanuel made about it's about not being a star in the national side, that maybe if you're one of the stars for your club, that's why you get called up to the national team. But your role for the national team might be slightly different. You won't be the central character like you are. Like Elliot Anderson is at Forest. He might not, although I think he might. I think he might be the central character for England this summer. He's a genius. Isn't he? Have you seen him? Oh my word!
He's an incredible player. But I feel like England. I think we've got loads of great players. I think, like Emmanuel said, look, some of them haven't been in great form, but if they hit it, you know, come the tournament, then none of us will care.
We fear France, or Alex and I do anyway. On any level, do France fear England?
No, we respect England. We know that they have great players. And it's always a tough battle, you know. And you don't see the main differences, you know, when you play against England. Sometimes it's based on a free kick, corner, one miss, things like this, you know. So we respect England, but we know that we are a strong team too. So we are confident, and we know and we think that we are going to win the World Cup. As I said so many times, when you start to play competition, and this is a message I've sent to the Arsenal fans for weeks now. And you have to believe in what you're doing. If you want to win, you have to believe in it. So when we play against England, we believe we can beat them.
That's a mindset that we all need. It has.
100%.
For France against England. He's twisted our minds. Emmanuel, it's always an absolute privilege talking to you.
Thank you, guys.
And we'll see you again soon. That distinction he made between fear and respect, a very, very tactful answer.
Yeah.
But it's that, don't underestimate your opponent. But I don't get the sense that they fear anyone ever.
No, but it's a positive way to look at it, isn't it? Fear is negative. So a respect is more healthy, isn't it? You're coming from a position of confidence and you're being humble as well. If you fear something, then you already see it as above you or something that's going to have a bad impact, don't you?
Do you fear anything?
Yeah, loads of stuff.
What, like?
Clowns.
Really?
Yeah. I remember after watching Labyrinth, my little brother Lawrence was only like 1. So for years I thought David Bowie was going to come around our gaff and nick him. So I feared him for years.
Okay, so you feared David Bowie.
I didn't even know he was a singer. So that was at the time when I was a kid. So I still won't watch Labyrinth now as an adult because it gave me such bad nightmares as a kid. Fact, genuinely, I had nightmares for months and months and months over that film and them little things that were in the trees and all of that business. All of that. I genuinely still, I won't watch it. Won't watch it as an adult, just in case it, like, I don't know, has the same impact on me. Even though
wow, traumatised by Labyrinth.
Genuinely, yeah.
Because the soundtrack's good.
Yeah, I should have respected the film.
Well, maybe respect it, and I think if you watched it, it would help you because actually in adulthood you would see it and realise that it's not that scary and that it would maybe lift that fear off your shoulders.
Yeah, you're not going to get me like that, mate.
Okay. We should do an episode on phobias because this is fascinating. Yeah. Okay, it's time for this week's celebrity question. We got one here from legendary French football writer and talkSPORT regular Eric Bielderman.
Except great footballers, what in your mind is the most extraordinary thing that France has ever produced? I'm looking for your answer. Cheers.
Alex, most extraordinary thing France has ever produced aside from football?
Whispering Angel.
You come on.
Apart from Thierry Henry?
Yeah, because that counts as football.
Does it?
Well, yeah, it's footballer.
Yeah, does it? Okay. Yeah. Disney Paris.
Yeah, that's got to be up there.
And, yeah, Whispering Angel.
Chateauneuf de Pape.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Côte de Rhône.
Laurent Perrier Rosé.
Nice. Oh, yeah, God, champagne.
Yeah.
The most famous one on the planet.
Yeah.
Although I do prefer a bit of red.
Okay. Well, it pays your money, you takes your choice.
Yeah, maybe a nice Beaujolais with some French cheese.
Yeah, you bang into all that, didn't you?
Oh, bang into it, mate.
Yeah.
Bread, cheese.
Give me a nice bucket and a load of rosé and I'm
golden,
mate.
Man.
Fun
Give me
pub.
A baguette and something with garlic on it. Garlic bread.
Eiffel 65 a day.
Yes, Blue Dabba Dee Dabba Da. What a tune that was.
Of course a French name like Eiffel. I thought they were Italian for some reason. Don't know why.
Well, Eiffel suggests French.
You would, yeah.
But they might not necessarily be.
No, but 100% I'd say, rosé.
You're saying Whispering Angel rosé and
there are
Eiffel 65.
other rosés available, of course.
But you are personally backing Whispering Angel. What is it about Whispering Angel for you?
Lovely. It's just lovely crisp. It's just glorious, mate.
And
I had something the other day when that one hot day we had.
Yeah?
Oh, mate, I had something. Oh, lovely.
But is it, on the scale of rosés, was it sort of dry? Is it sweet?
It's quite dry, I think.
Okay.
It's just lovely and crisp, mate. Can't get enough of it.
Lovely and crisp. They're the words you're sticking to.
Yeah.
He will not be drawn on a wider vocabulary. It's lovely, it's crisp, it's Whispering Angel.
It's just rosé, it's just nice. I'm not what are they? Sommelier?
What are they?
I'm not a sommelier. Just like I know what I like.
Just a normal man.
And I like that a lot.
Well, that's all for today. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Emmanuel Petit. And it's not long until the World Cup actually starts, so if you've just discovered the show, go back through the back catalogue. Make sure you like and subscribe so that you get every episode the moment we release it. And share your stories of travelling to previous World Cups. Get in touch. Win the World Cup at talksport.co.uk. Follow us on Instagram at How to Win the World Cup. And we'll see you next week. Ta-ra.